The old space station floated silently in the dark void. It had been there for a very long time. No one had visited it in many, many years. But today was different. A sleek, shiny spaceship was coming closer. Inside the spaceship were two young alien girls, Zara and Lyra. They were explorers from a faraway planet. Zara had blue skin and big, curious eyes. Lyra had green scales and long, thin fingers. They were best friends and loved to go on adventures together. "Look at that old station," said Zara. Her eyes were wide with excitement. "I wonder what we'll find inside." Lyra nodded. She was always more careful than Zara. "We should be careful," she said. "It looks very old and might be dangerous." Their ship got closer to the station. It was huge and shaped like a wheel. Parts of it were broken and dark. Other parts still had some lights on. The girls had never seen anything like it before. They landed their ship on the station. With a soft bump, they were there. Zara and Lyra put on their spacesuits. They needed these to breathe outside their ship. Then they opened the door and stepped out. The station was very quiet. Their footsteps made soft echoes as they walked. They used their lights to see in the dark corridors. "This place is spooky," said Lyra. She stayed close to Zara. Zara wasn't scared. She was too excited. "Look at all this old stuff," she said. They saw strange machines and old computers. Everything was covered in dust. As they walked, they found many rooms. Some had old beds. Others had tables and chairs. But they were all empty. No one had been here for a very long time. Then they came to a big door. It was different from the others. This door was shiny and new-looking. "That's strange," said Zara. "Everything else here is old. Why does this look new?" Lyra touched the door. It was cold. "Maybe it's special," she said. "Maybe it's hiding something important." They tried to open the door, but it was locked. Zara used her alien technology to scan it. "There's a hidden panel here," she said. She pressed a spot on the wall, and a small screen appeared. The screen lit up. Strange symbols appeared on it. "What does it say?" asked Lyra. Zara looked closely. I think it's an old Earth language," she said. Earth was a planet they had learned about in school. It was where humans came from, long ago. "But humans are gone," said Lyra. "They disappeared thousands of years ago." Zara nodded. "I know. But this door, it's protected by human technology. What could be inside?" They worked together to solve the puzzle on the screen. It took a long time, but finally, they heard a click. The big door started to open slowly. Cold air came out of the room. It was very dark inside. Zara and Lyra turned on their brightest lights and looked in. What they saw made them gasp. The room was filled with rows and rows of strange pods. Each pod was big enough to hold a person. They were covered in frost, and little lights blinked on their sides. "What are these?" whispered Lyra. Zara moved closer to one of the pods. She wiped away some of the frost and looked inside. Her eyes grew wide with shock. "Lyra," she said, her voice shaking. There's a person in here." Lyra came to look. Inside the pod was a human. It looked like it was sleeping. "But that's impossible," said Lyra. "Humans have been gone for 800,000 years." Zara looked around the room. There were hundreds of pods, maybe thousands. "I don't think they're gone," she said. "I think they've been here all this time, sleeping." The two alien girls stood in the cold room, surrounded by sleeping humans. They had made the biggest discovery in the history of the galaxy. "What do we do now?" asked Lyra. Zara looked at her friend. Her eyes were full of excitement and a little fear. "We wake them up," she said. "We bring the humans back." Zara and Lyra stood in the cold room. They were surrounded by sleeping humans in strange pods. The alien girls felt excited and scared at the same time. "We should wake one up," said Zara. Her blue skin shimmered in the dim light. Lyra's green scales rustled as she shook her head. Is that safe? What if they're dangerous? Zara thought for a moment. Humans made amazing things, she said. Like this station. They can't be all bad. They chose a pod near them. It had a young woman inside. Zara touched the control panel. Lights blinked, and the pod started to hum. What if we're making a big mistake? Lyra asked nervously. Before Zara could answer, the pod's lid began to open. Mist poured out, making the room even colder. The two aliens watched, holding their breath. The woman in the pod took a deep breath. Her eyes fluttered open. She looked confused and scared. "Hello," said Zara softly. "Don't be afraid. You're safe." The woman's eyes went wide when she saw the aliens. She tried to speak, but only a croak came out. "Here, drink this," said Lyra, offering a bottle of water. The woman drank slowly. Then she spoke in a language the aliens didn't know. Zara pressed a button on her suit. A small device started to translate. "Where am I?" the woman asked. "Who are you?" "I'm Zara, and this is Lyra," said Zara. "We found you sleeping here. What's your name?" "Sophia," the woman said. She looked around, more confused. How long was I asleep? Zara and Lyra looked at each other. How do you tell someone they've been asleep for 800,000 years? "It's been a very long time," said Lyra gently. Sophia tried to stand up but felt weak. The aliens helped her out of the pod. "What happened to Earth?" she asked. "Is everyone okay?" The aliens didn't know how to answer. They had learned in school that Earth was gone, destroyed long ago. But they didn't want to upset Sophia. "We don't know much about Earth," said Zara. "Can you tell us what you remember?" Sophia's face became sad. There was a big problem on Earth. The air was getting bad, and the weather was changing. Our leaders decided to send some of us to sleep in space. We were supposed to wake up when Earth was better. Zara and Lyra listened with amazement. They were hearing history from someone who lived it. "How many humans are here?" asked Lyra, looking at all the pods. "Thousands," said Sophia. "The best scientists, doctors, artists. We were chosen to restart humanity if needed." Suddenly, alarms started to blare. Red lights flashed all around them. "What's happening?" cried Sophia, covering her ears. Zara checked her devices. "Oh no," she said. "Our ship sent a message. Other aliens are coming. They've detected us and the active pod." "We have to hide Sophia," said Lyra quickly. "If they find out about the humans, they might want to hurt them." Sophia looked scared but stood up straighter. "No," she said firmly. "I won't hide. My people have slept for too long. It's time for us to face whatever's out there." Zara admired Sophia's bravery. "Okay," she said. "But we need a plan. We don't know if the aliens coming are friends or enemies." The three of them huddled together, thinking hard. They had to protect the sleeping humans and find a way to introduce humanity back into the galaxy. "I have an idea," said Lyra suddenly. "But it's risky." As the alarms kept ringing, Zara, Lyra, and Sophia prepared for whatever was coming. They knew that the next few moments would change the history of the entire galaxy forever. Alarms were still ringing as Zara, Lyra, and Sophia raced through the old space station. They needed to find out more about what happened to Earth and why Sophia and the other humans were here. "We need to get to the main computer room," Sophia said, her voice stronger now. "If it still works, we can learn what happened after we went to sleep." Zara nodded. "Good idea. But we need to be quick. Those other aliens will be here soon." They ran down long, dark hallways. Sophia led the way, remembering the station's layout from long ago. Finally, they reached a big room filled with old machines. "This is it," Sophia said. She went to a large screen and pressed some buttons. Nothing happened. Lyra stepped forward. "Let me try," she said. She used her alien technology to give power to the old computer. Slowly, the screen came to life. "It works," Zara said excitedly. "Sophia, can you read what it says?" Sophia's fingers flew over the keyboard. Her face grew sad as she read. "Oh no," she whispered. "It's worse than we thought." Zara and Lyra moved closer. "What happened?" Lyra asked gently. Sophia took a deep breath. "After we went to sleep, things on Earth got really bad. The air became too dirty to breathe. The oceans rose and covered many cities. Most plants and animals died." The alien girls listened in shock. They had learned about Earth's fall in school, but hearing it from Sophia made it feel real and very sad. "What about the humans who stayed behind?" Zara asked. Sophia kept reading. "Many tried to leave Earth. Some made it to other planets. But most—" She couldn't finish the sentence. Lyra put a comforting hand on Sophia's shoulder. "I'm so sorry," she said. Suddenly, Zara noticed something strange in the data. "Wait," she said. "Look at this part. It talks about a big explosion in space, near where Earth used to be." Sophia read it carefully. "You're right. It happened about 100,000 years after we went to sleep. The explosion destroyed what was left of Earth and damaged many nearby planets." Lyra's scales changed color as she realized something. "That's when my people's history begins," she said quietly. "We always thought we came from a planet near Earth, but we didn't know why we had to leave." The three of them looked at each other. They were uncovering a huge secret about the past. "So your people might be connected to Earth somehow?" Sophia asked Lyra. Before Lyra could answer, they heard a loud noise. The other aliens had arrived at the station. "We need to hide," Zara said quickly. "We're not ready to face them yet." They turned off the computer and ran to a small storage room nearby. Just as they closed the door, they heard voices in the hallway. "Search everywhere," a deep voice said. "Find out who woke up the sleeping ones." Zara, Lyra, and Sophia held their breath. They were trapped in the small room, surrounded by old boxes and machines. "What do we do now?" Sophia whispered. Zara looked around the room. Her eyes fell on some old spacesuits hanging on the wall. "I have an idea," she said, "but it's dangerous." Lyra nodded. "Whatever it is, we're with you. We have to protect the sleeping humans and find out the truth about the past." As the voices got closer, Zara quickly explained her plan. It was risky, but it was their only chance to save the humans and uncover the full story of what happened to Earth. Sophia looked at the two alien girls who had become her friends. "Let's do it," she said bravely. "For Earth, for my people, and for the truth." Together, they prepared to face whatever was waiting for them outside the door, ready to uncover more secrets about their shared past and fight for humanity's future. Zara, Lyra, and Sophia huddled in the small storage room. They could hear the other aliens searching the station. Zara's plan was risky, but it was their only hope. "Okay," Zara whispered. "We'll use these old spacesuits to sneak past them. Then we'll get to my ship and escape." Sophia looked worried. "But what about the other humans? We can't leave them here." Lyra's scales changed color, showing her nervousness. "We can't wake them all up. It's too dangerous." The three of them fell silent, thinking about what to do. It was a big decision. The fate of thousands of sleeping humans was in their hands. Maybe we should wake them up," Zara said slowly. "Humans were smart. They might help us understand what happened to Earth." Lyra shook her head. "But what if they cause problems? The galaxy has changed a lot in 800,000 years. Humans might not fit in anymore." Sophia felt hurt by Lyra's words. "We deserve a chance," she said. "We're not bad people. We just want to live." Zora looked at both of her friends. She understood both sides. "It's not easy," she said. "If we wake up the humans, it could cause big problems. But if we don't, we're letting a whole species die." They heard footsteps coming closer. They had to decide quickly. "What if we wake up just a few?" Lyra suggested. "The smartest ones. They could help us figure out what to do next." Sophia nodded. "Yes, we have scientists and leaders here. They could talk to your people, Explain our story. Zara thought about it. It could work, but we'd be deciding who gets to live and who stays asleep. Is that right? The footsteps were getting louder. They were running out of time. We have to do something, Sophia said. I can't let my people die without trying to save them. Zara made a decision. Okay, we'll wake up a small group. But first, we need to escape and find a safe place. They quickly put on the old spacesuits. They were big and clumsy, but they would hide who they were. Just as they were ready, the door opened. 2 tall aliens with 4 arms each came in. Check in here, one said. They looked around but didn't recognize Zara, Lyra, and Sophia in the old suits. Nothing but old junk, the other alien said. They left, closing the door. Zara, Lyra, and Sophia let out a quiet sigh of relief. Their plan had worked. Let's go, Zara whispered. We need to get to my ship. They snuck out of the room and down the hallway. The station was full of the other aliens, but no one looked closely at them in their old suits. Finally, they'd reached Zara's ship. They climbed in quickly and closed the door. We made it, Lyra said, taking off her helmet. But their problems weren't over. As Zara started the ship, alarms began to sound. They know we're leaving, Sophia said, looking scared. Zara focused on flying. Hold on, she said. This might be rough. The ship shot out of the station. Behind them, other ships started to chase them. As they flew into space, Zara, Lyra, and Sophia knew their adventure was just beginning. They had tough choices ahead. Should they wake up more humans? Where could they go that was safe? And what would happen when the galaxy found out humans were back? One thing was clear. Nothing would ever be the same again. Zara's spaceship zoomed through the stars. Behind them, 5 larger ships were chasing them. Zara, Lyra, and Sophia held on tight as the ship shook. They're getting closer, Lyra shouted, looking at the ship's screens. Zara's blue hands moved quickly over the controls. I know a shortcut, she said. Hold on. The ship suddenly turned and flew into a thick cloud of purple gas. The big ships following them slowed down, afraid to enter the strange cloud. What is this place? Sophia asked, looking out the window at the swirling colors. It's called the Nebula Maze, Lyra explained. It's dangerous if you don't know the way. Zara carefully guided the ship through the colorful gas clouds. After a few tense minutes, they came out on the other side. The ships chasing them were nowhere to be seen. We lost them, Sophia cheered. But her smile faded quickly. What do we do now? Zara set the ship on a safe course and turned to her friends. We need help, she said, and I think I know where to get it. She pressed some buttons, and a hologram appeared. It showed an old alien with kind eyes and long, flowing hair. Grandfather, Zara said, we need your help. It's an emergency. The old alien looked worried. Zara, what's wrong? And who are your new friends? Zara quickly explained everything. Finding the space station, waking up Sophia, and being chased by the other aliens. Her grandfather listened carefully, his eyes growing wider. When Zara finished, her grandfather was quiet for a moment. Then he spoke, his voice serious. This is bigger than you know, Zara. The return of humans could change everything. What do you mean? Lyra asked. The old alien sighed. There are some in our government who have always feared the return of humans. They think humans are dangerous and should be eliminated. Sophia gasped. Zara and Lyra looked shocked. But that's not fair, Zara said. They don't even know us. Her grandfather nodded. I agree. But these aliens are powerful. They've already sent out a message to every planet and ship in the galaxy. A new hologram appeared. It showed an important-looking alien in a fancy uniform. His voice boomed out. Attention, all galactic citizens. A dangerous species called humans has been found. They must be captured or destroyed for the safety of the galaxy. Report any sightings immediately. The message ended. Sophia looked pale. They want to destroy us all, she whispered. Lyra put a comforting hand on Sophia's shoulder. We won't let that happen, she said firmly. Zora's grandfather spoke again. Listen carefully. There's a secret group that wants to help the humans. Go to the planet Novan. Look for a blue mountain with 3 peaks. You'll find friends there. Suddenly, alarms started blaring on the ship. Oh no, Zora said, checking the screens. More ships are coming. They found us. Go now, her grandfather said. Be safe and good luck. The hologram disappeared. Zara quickly set a course for Novan. As the ship sped towards their new destination, Zara, Lyra, and Sophia looked at each other. They were scared, but also determined. We'll find a way to save your people, Sophia, Zara said. Lyra nodded. And we'll show the galaxy that humans aren't a threat. Sophia smiled at her new friends. Thank you, she said. Whatever happens, we're in this together. The ship flew on, carrying its 3 brave passengers towards an uncertain future. Behind them, the galaxy was in chaos as news of the humans' return spread. Ahead of them lay danger, adventure, and the hope of finding allies on a strange new world. Zara's ship landed softly on the planet Novan. The 3 friends looked out at a world of purple grass and orange trees. In the distance, they saw the blue mountain with 3 peaks. We made it, Zara said, relieved. But we need to be careful. We don't know who we can trust. They left the ship and started walking towards the mountain. Suddenly, they heard a noise behind them. They turned to see a group of strange creatures coming their way. Hide, Lyra whispered. They quickly ducked behind some large rocks. The creatures came closer. They looked like a mix of different animals. They had furry bodies, long necks, and 6 legs each. They stopped near the rocks and started talking. Did you see that ship land? One creature said. Do you think it's the humans everyone's talking about? Another creature sniffed the air. I smell something strange. Let's look around. Zara, Lyra, and Sophia held their breath. They were about to be discovered. But then something amazing happened. One of the creatures spoke up. Wait. If it is the humans, we shouldn't scare them. Remember the stories our grandparents told us. Humans helped create our species long ago. The other creatures looked surprised. That's right, one said. The old tales say humans mixed animal DNA to make new life forms. We might not exist without them. Sophia's eyes went wide. She remembered learning about such experiments before she went into Cryo-Sleep. Zara made a decision. She stood up, revealing herself to the creatures. Hello, she said bravely. We mean no harm. We're looking for friends. The creatures were startled at first, but then they relaxed. You're not humans, one said, looking at Zara and Lyra. I am, Sophia said, stepping forward. The creatures gasped in wonder. A real human, they said excitedly. We've heard so many stories about you. Soon, Zara, Lyra, and Sophia were surrounded by friendly creatures, all asking questions about Earth and humans. They learned that these creatures were called Novarians, and they had a special love for old Earth culture. We've kept human music and art alive for thousands of years, one Novarian said proudly. We even learned some Earth languages. As they talked, more Novarians arrived. Some brought food and drinks for the travelers. Others offered to guide them to the Blue Mountain. The elders there will want to meet you, a Novarian explained. They'd been waiting for humans to return for a long time. As they walked to the mountain, Sophia asked the Novarians about their planet. She learned that Novan was a safe haven for many species that humans had created or helped long ago. There are animals here that went extinct on Earth thousands of years ago, a Novarian said, and plants that can cure diseases your people never solved. Zara and Lyra were amazed. They realized that humans had left a bigger mark on the galaxy than anyone knew. When they reached the mountain, they found a hidden entrance. Inside was a huge cave filled with advanced technology. Aliens of all shapes and sizes were working together, monitoring screens and discussing plans. An old Novarian with silver fur approached them. "Welcome," he said kindly. "We've been expecting you." Zara stepped forward. "You have? How did you know we were coming?" The old Novarian smiled. "We have friends in many places, including your grandfather, Zara. We are the guardians of Earth's legacy, and we've been preparing for this day for centuries." He turned to Sophia. "We're here to help you and your people find a place in this new galaxy. But first, we must stop those who want to destroy you." Sophia felt hope rising in her heart. She looked at her friends, Zara, Lyra, and now the Novarians. They had found allies in this strange new world. "What's the plan?" she asked, ready for the next challenge. The old Novarian's eyes twinkled. "First, we need to wake up more of your people. It's time for humans to rejoin the galactic community. And then, together, we'll show the galaxy that Earth's children, human and non-human alike, are a force for good." The next few weeks were busy for Zara, Lyra, Sophia, and their new Novarian friends. They worked hard to prepare for the big challenge ahead. First, they went back to the old space station. With help from the guardians of Earth's legacy, they safely woke up more humans from their long sleep. Scientists, doctors, artists, and leaders joined their group. One day, as they were working, Zara got an urgent message. "Look," she said, pointing to a screen. "The aliens who want to hurt the humans are coming. They have a big fleet of ships." The old Novarian leader nodded calmly. "It's time for our plan," he said. "Are you all ready?" Everyone looked nervous but determined. Sophia spoke for the humans. "We're ready," she said. "What do we do?" The plan was bold. Instead of hiding, they would broadcast a message to the whole galaxy. They would tell the truth about humans and show how Earth's children had made the galaxy better. As the enemy ships got closer, Zara, Lyra, Sophia, and some Novarians got into a special ship. It was big enough to hold hundreds of people and had the best communication system in the galaxy. "Good luck," the old Novarian said as they left. "Remember, your strength is in your unity." The special ship flew out to meet the enemy fleet. Thousands of other ships were watching, waiting to see what would happen. When they were close enough, Sophia took a deep breath and pressed a button. Her face appeared on screens all across the galaxy. "People of the galaxy," she said, her voice strong and clear. "I am Sophia, a human from Earth. We come in peace." She told the story of Earth, of how humans had slept for 800,000 years, and of the friends they had made. Then Zara, Lyra, and the Novarians spoke. They showed how humans had helped create new species and save others from extinction. "Humans are not a threat," Lyra said. "They are a part of our galactic family." A Novarian added, "Many of us owe our existence to human creativity. They have so much to offer our galaxy." As they spoke, something amazing happened. Ships started arriving from all over the galaxy. There were Novarians, creatures humans had helped create, and aliens who had kept Earth culture alive for thousands of years. The leader of the enemy fleet was confused. "But humans are dangerous," he said. "They destroyed their own planet." Sophia answered him. "We made mistakes in the past," she said, "but we've learned from them. Now we want to help make the galaxy a better place for everyone." More and more ships joined them. Soon, the enemy fleet was surrounded by allies of all shapes and sizes. The enemy leader looked at all the ships around him. He saw how many different species were supporting the humans. Finally, he lowered his weapons. "Maybe we were wrong about humans," he said. "We will listen and learn." There was a cheer across all the ships. The threat was over. In the days that followed, humans were welcomed into the galactic community. They shared their knowledge and learned from other species. Together with their new friends, they found a new planet to call home. They named the planet New Earth. It was a place where all species could live together in peace. Zara, Lyra, and Sophia stood on a hill on New Earth, watching the sun set. The sky was filled with ships coming and going, bringing people from all over the galaxy to visit. "We did it," Sophia said, smiling at her friends. Lyra nodded. "We showed the galaxy that different species can work together." Zora looked up at the stars. "And this is just the beginning," she said. "Think of all the adventures we'll have now." As night fell on New Earth, the three friends knew that a new chapter had started, not just for humans, but for the whole galaxy. It was a future full of hope, friendship, and endless possibilities.